Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Perriera, a gynecologist with more than 30 years of experience helping women through menopause and beyond. If you are a woman over 60, I need you to listen closely. There are three private mistakes that many women your age are making every single week. They seem harmless, even normal, but the truth is, they can quietly drain your energy speed, up aging in your most delicate tissues, and even increase your risk for heart and bone problems. Most women do not realize they are doing them until it is too late. Today, I am going to show you exactly what those three mistakes are and what you can do differently starting tonight. Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you noticed that your body feels more tired than it used to, that your sleep is less refreshing, or that your skin and tissues are drier and less comfortable? Many women assume these changes are just part of getting older, but very often they are the silent results of repeated habits that could be changed. I have seen this again and again in my practice. Women come to me believing their symptoms are permanent, but when they make just a few small adjustments, they feel lighter, more confident, and far more comfortable in their own skin. This is why today's conversation matters. These mistakes are personal, and sometimes they can feel uncomfortable to talk about, which is exactly why so many women never mention them to anyone, not even to a close friend or a doctor. But when they stay hidden, they quietly create problems that can last for years. My goal is to shine a light on them so that you have the knowledge and the power to protect your health and enjoy the years ahead with confidence. Here is how we will move forward. I am going to walk you through each of the three mistakes, explain why it matters, and then share with you safe, natural alternatives that will protect your health instead of harm it. You will not need expensive products or complicated treatments. What you will need is a little awareness and the willingness to make small changes that fit naturally into your daily life. If you stay with me until the end, I will also share a bonus tip that many of my patients describe as life-changing, because it restores comfort and confidence in a way that feels almost too simple to be true. And now I would love to hear from you. Do you prefer that I reveal all three mistakes first and then give you the solutions? Or would you rather I give you the solution right after each mistake? Type the number 1 in the comments if you want all three mistakes first, or type 0 if you want each solution immediately after. Your feedback really does help guide me, and I read every single comment. So stay with me, because in just a moment we are going to uncover mistake number 1. It is something almost every woman does without realizing the long-term effect. When you hear what it is, you may be surprised by how often it shows up in your own daily routine. But once you see the full picture, you will understand why it matters and what to do differently. Mistake number 1 is something that almost every woman over 60 does without realizing the long-term impact. It is neglecting proper hydration, especially when it comes to the tissues that matter most after menopause. Many women tell me they drink very little water during the day because they do not feel as thirsty as they once did, or they avoid fluids in the evening to reduce bathroom trips at night. On the surface, this seems harmless, but here is the truth. When your body is not well hydrated, your skin, your joints, and your intimate tissues become drier and more fragile. The Mayo Clinic has found that dehydration in older adults can increase the risk of urinary tract infections, constipation, and even confusion. One of my patients, Margaret, age 68, came to me complaining of persistent dryness and discomfort. She was convinced she needed medication. But after reviewing her routine, it turned out she was drinking less than 3 cups of water a day. Once we focused on building better hydration habits and pairing them with natural moisture support, her symptoms improved within weeks. The lesson is clear. Even small lapses in hydration can accelerate aging in your tissues, and the fix is much simpler than most women realize. Mistake number 2 is relying on harsh products for self-care. Many women trust over-the-counter creams, soaps, or scented lotions that promise freshness or youthfulness. But what they do not realize is that these products often strip away the body's natural protective barrier. According to the Cleveland Clinic, perfumed soaps and chemical-based creams can disrupt the natural pH balance, making tissues more prone to irritation and infections. I remember a patient named Eleanor, 72, who came to me with itching and burning that she thought was a serious condition. She had been using a popular scented wash every day for years. When she stopped and switched to a gentler, natural approach, her symptoms eased dramatically. She was relieved to learn that the problem was not her body failing, but rather the products she trusted working against her. This is such a common pattern. Many women over 60 believe they are doing the right thing by buying expensive creams, when in fact the simplest and most natural solutions are usually the safest. Mistake number 3 is avoiding or ignoring intimate self-care altogether. Out of modesty, embarrassment, or the belief that intimacy is no longer important after menopause, many women stop paying attention to this area of their health. But here is the truth. When you stop engaging in any kind of gentle self-care, circulation slows down, tissues become thinner, and discomfort becomes more likely. The National Institutes of Health notes that reduced blood flow to pelvic tissues after menopause can increase the risk of urinary issues and make recovery from minor injuries slower. I had a patient, Barbara, who at 66 told me she had completely avoided this part of her health for more than a decade. She believed it no longer mattered. Yet she was struggling with dryness, poor sleep, and even bladder problems. Once we introduced simple, safe self-care techniques, she began to feel more comfortable and even regained confidence she thought was gone forever. Ignoring your body does not make problems disappear. It often makes them grow. Now that we have uncovered the 3 hidden mistakes neglecting hydration, trusting harsh products, and avoiding intimate self-care, you may be wondering, what are the safer, more natural alternatives? How can you protect your health, restore comfort, and feel confident again without relying on expensive treatments or complicated routines? In the next part, I will give you practical science-based solutions that you can start using right away. And I promise you, some of these are so simple that you will wonder why no one told you about them sooner. So stay with me, because one of these solutions is sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, and it could make all the difference. Now that you know the 3 hidden mistakes, let's talk about what you can do instead. The good news is that each of these problems has a solution that is safe, simple, and effective, and you can begin tonight. The first solution is to restore hydration. This sounds basic, but it is powerful. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water spread throughout your day. If plain water feels boring, add slices of lemon, cucumber, or a few berries for flavor. Herbal teas count as well, as long as they are caffeine-free. Hydration works on multiple levels. It softens your skin, supports your joints, improves digestion, and most importantly, it helps keep your tissues resilient. The Mayo Clinic reminds us that older adults often lose their sense of thirst, so you cannot always trust your body to tell you when it needs fluid. Set small reminders. Maybe drink 1 cup of water when you wake up, 1 mid-morning, 1 with lunch, 1 mid-afternoon, and 1 with dinner. This rhythm alone can make a noticeable difference in how you feel within days. The second solution is to replace harsh products with natural alternatives. Instead of perfumed soaps or heavy lotions, use a mild fragrance-free cleanser and a light natural oil for moisture. Coconut oil, olive oil, or almond oil are excellent options that you may already have in your kitchen. According to the Cleveland Clinic, these natural oils not only provide moisture, but also help maintain the protective barrier of the skin without disrupting pH balance. One of my patients, Linda, age 70, switched from a scented wash to a simple, unscented, gentle cleanser and coconut oil. Within 2 weeks, her irritation disappeared, and she told me she felt like she had her body back again. Remember, less is often more when it comes to caring for your most delicate areas. The third solution is to gently reintroduce intimate self-care. This does not have to be complicated or uncomfortable. Gentle stretching yoga poses that improve pelvic circulation, or even 5 minutes of mindful relaxation, focusing on your lower body, can make a big difference. Some women benefit from using a small amount of natural oil for massage to improve blood flow and comfort. The National Institutes of Health highlights that maintaining circulation after menopause is essential for tissue health and bladder support. Think of it like exercise for your muscles. You would not stop walking because you turned 60, and the same principle applies here. Your body still needs gentle attention. Now here is a quick win tip you can try tonight. Before bed, take 5 minutes to soak your feet in warm water with a pinch of Epsom salt. It may seem unrelated, but this simple habit relaxes your nervous system, improves circulation, and primes your body for deeper sleep. When your body rests better, your tissues repair more effectively. Many of my patients love this practice because it is soothing, easy, and costs almost nothing. Let me pause here and ask you something. Do you find these natural solutions helpful? If so, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss new strategies for women over 60. And let me know in the comments which of these solutions feels most realistic for you to start tonight. Drinking more water, switching products, or adding gentle self-care. Your responses guide me, and they may also encourage another woman reading the comments to take her first step. Longer term, building these practices into your routine will not only reduce discomfort, but also protect your overall health. Proper hydration supports your heart and kidneys. Natural oils protect against irritation and infections. Gentle self-care improves circulation, boosts confidence, and helps maintain intimacy. Each of these is a building block toward healthy aging, and they work together. In the next part, I want to share with you the stories of 2 women who transformed their lives by making these changes. Their experiences prove that it is never too late to take control of your health, and they show how small, consistent steps can add up to big results. One of them even discovered a solution in her own kitchen that gave her back a sense of confidence she thought she had lost forever. Stay with me, because their journeys may be the encouragement you need right now. Let me share with you the story of Barbara, a 66-year-old retired teacher who came to my clinic feeling discouraged. She told me she had given up on her body. For over 10 years, she avoided self-care, used harsh perfumed products because she thought they were cleaner, and drank very little water to avoid getting up at night. By the time I met her, she was struggling with constant dryness, poor sleep, and even bladder leaks that left her embarrassed to leave the house for long periods. She looked at me and said, "Dr. Perriera, maybe this is just how life has to be after 60. I gently explained that what she was experiencing was not inevitable aging, but rather the result of those 3 mistakes she had been repeating for years. I asked her to try 3 simple changes: drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, and with each meal, replace her scented body wash with a fragrance-free cleanser and a few drops of coconut oil, and spend 5 minutes each evening with a simple relaxation practice focusing on her lower body. She was skeptical, but she agreed to try. When Barbara returned a month later, she looked like a different woman. She told me her tissues already felt more comfortable. Her sleep was deeper, and she even laughed as she shared that she was no longer afraid of long car rides. Her confidence had returned not because of expensive treatments, but because she had taken back control of her daily habits. She said to me, "I feel like I am aging in reverse." Another story comes from Eleanor, age 72. She had been using scented creams for years, believing they were protecting her skin. Instead, they were stripping away her natural barrier, causing irritation and infections that she thought were signs of disease. When we replaced them with a simple natural oil from her own kitchen, she was amazed at how quickly her body responded. Within weeks, she was more comfortable, and for the first time in years, she told me she felt normal again. She later confided that this small change even gave her the courage to reconnect with her partner in ways she had avoided for years. I often tell my patients that your body is like a garden. If you water it regularly, remove the harsh chemicals, and give it gentle care, it will continue to thrive even as the seasons change. But if you ignore it or treat it roughly, the soil becomes dry, the plants wither, and it becomes harder to bring it back to life. Barbara and Eleanor are proof that with the right kind of care, your body at 60, 70, or even 80 can still flourish. And here is the beautiful truth. These transformations are not rare. They happen all the time when women choose to make small, consistent changes. You do not need perfection. You only need to start. Each glass of water, each gentle choice of product, each moment of mindful self-care sends a message to your body: you still matter. You are still worth caring for, and your health is still in your hands. In the next part, I will recap the 3 mistakes, the simple solutions, and leave you with one final message that I believe every woman over 60 needs to hear. Because this is not just about avoiding problems. It is about stepping into the years ahead with confidence, comfort, and hope. Stay with me, because the final takeaway may be the encouragement you have been waiting for. We have covered a lot today, so let's bring everything together. The truth is, many women over 60 are making 3 private mistakes without even realizing it. The first mistake is neglecting hydration, letting tissues dry out, and losing the resilience that protects your body. The second mistake is trusting harsh products that promise youthfulness, but instead strip away your body's natural defenses. And the third mistake is avoiding intimate self-care, believing it no longer matters, when in fact, it is the very thing that keeps your circulation, your comfort, and your confidence alive. The good news is that each of these mistakes has a simple solution. Drink 6 to 8 cups of fluid, spread throughout your day, and add a little flavor if that makes it easier. Replace chemical-based soaps and lotions with gentle cleansers and natural oils like coconut or olive oil. And give your body small moments of attention every day, whether through stretching relaxation or gentle self-care, that keeps your tissues active and your circulation flowing. What I hope you take away from this conversation is that your body has not given up on you. It is waiting for you to give it what it needs. Just like a garden comes back to life when watered and tended your health, your confidence and your comfort can return with small but consistent care. You are not too old, it is not too late, and your well-being still matters deeply. So I want to leave you with a reflection. Think about which of these 3 solutions you can begin tonight. Maybe it is pouring a glass of water before bed. Maybe it is removing one harsh product from your bathroom. Maybe it is giving yourself 5 quiet minutes of gentle attention. Choose one small step, because that single decision can open the door to greater energy, better sleep, and renewed confidence. And now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these solutions feels most doable for you right now? Share it in the comments. Your words may encourage another woman who is struggling silently and needs a reminder that she is not alone. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, so you will not miss the next conversation we share together. I want to remind you that you deserve to age with dignity, comfort, and joy. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin and hopeful about the years ahead. No matter your age, your body is still capable of healing and thriving when you give it the care it needs. And before we close, let me remind you, this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every woman's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized care.